as our head of communications. I want every presentation to be like every health and safety presentation and everything performed by Rapido.
CEO Bapido.
CEO.
Him just telling everyone he's immortal and invincible, and you don't need to be scared of anything.
Like, if
Not
there's a
good health and
fire,
safety.
CEO.
if there's a fire, it might kill you, but I'll be fine. But if you need to escape, you can go through these doors.
That was a good Bapido.
It was.
Have we settled on bonus action heroes?
I like it.
Shut up, friend. I'll turn that off.
I like it.
I
Because
like
then I
that.
would say, hello, and if anyone is watching, welcome to Bonus Action Heroes, otherwise known as and we are alternating DMing. So last week we did Out of the Abyss, and this week is Curse of Strahd.
DM revenge, basically.
The revenge of... Well, you haven't killed Tink yet, so... It's not revenge yet. Trigger warning, I suppose. It's a gothic horror campaign, and so there may be scenes I describe that are very disturbing. And I don't know how many sessions in we are now. 6, 7, maybe? So I'm going to start with a more in-depth summary of what we've done so far.
It always feels longer in Ravenloft, I think.
Yeah. It's
So
the
all of
alternating
suffering.
sessions. So you 5 all were traveling with a caravan on the Sword Coast when you made camp for the night and were whisked away by the mist to the lands of Barovia. You quickly learned the land was ruled over by a man named Count Strahd von Zarovich, rumoured to be a vampire, and that you were seemingly stuck there. You first sought respite in a house which turned out to be haunted by 2 children, whose souls you did eventually put to rest after defeating a monster in their basement, and progressed onto the village of Barovia, where you met the burgomaster Ismark and his sister Irina. They told you that Count Strahd has recently taken an interest in Irina and asked you to escort her to the village of Valaki, which is said to be more securely defended. But first, you helped bury their recently deceased father, where you met Father Donovich, the priest at the church there, and Doru, his son, who not recently, about a year ago, was turned into a vampire and has been locked in the basement ever since. There was a moment where you went down to say hello and Milton ended up closing the door on Selena and Mick, I think.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Thinking that was justified as an attempt to save the party from everyone who was fleeing apart from them, but eventually you let them out. But it was a tense moment. You made your way to Valaki. On your way, Alessander saw themselves hanging from a gallows. You realised you were being trapped by a wolf, which you seemed to scare off, and made camp with the Vistani, a band of travellers who, it seems, can get permission from Strahd to come and go from Barovia. Madame Ava had been expecting you, an old woman who used a Tarocca deck to read your fortunes, and shared information on the whereabouts of items, potential allies that may assist you if you choose to take on Strahd. You also accepted a side quest from a Vistani who asked you to deliver a toy to her niece at a camp nearby Valaki. You progressed onto the gates of Barovia, were attacked by a large pack of wolves, saw a very large wolf in the distance who mysteriously was watching and disappeared. And then towards the end of the day, you made your way to a windmill, seeking some respite for the night. and has been the bane of your life ever since. The old woman that lived there invited you in, offered you some pastries, but Cedric noticed a fingernail in a barrel of bones and quickly ushered everyone out of there. Of course, your morals got the better of you, and you went back in there to kill them, but they were wise to you, and combat ensued. It didn't go very well. Alessander managed to get the two children out of the cages on the floor above and tried to get them to climb out of the window to escape. One of them fell to their death. The other one survived, and Alessander and the remaining child, Myrtle, managed to get away, as did Mick, as they saw that the tide was most definitely turning in the hag's favour. And that left Milton, Absence, and Cedric to be captured and bound by the hags. In his attempt to get the hags to let him revive Absence, who had fallen, the hags grew tired of Milton and slit Absence's throat. But Absence did not die. He seemed to wake in a room with an amber sarcophagus, and remembering that the Tarocca reading had mentioned a treasure being found beyond a set of amber doors, he agreed to a bargain with a mysterious voice that asked him if he would swap his peace for a second chance. And Absence returned, seemingly fine, apart from glowing red eyes. The hags, surprised, made a bargain, well, tried to make a bargain, that they would release the other child that they had in return for Absence killing one of his friends. But overnight, they thought about it and thought about it some more, and eventually the hags realised he didn't seem to want to make a
He
decision.
tried to use command to make me kill him, but unfortunately for him, my not very high wisdom was high enough.
No. And the hag killed the child. And Absence threw a dagger he was meant to kill his friends with, at the hag, which is where we left it. I guess we will start there. So, time for combat.
Oh God.
Oh well, I'm gonna die again.
I mean, how many times can you die?
Well, to be honest, I've already died one more time than I thought I could. So who knows?
It's a very specific question and answer.
Question for Foundry users.
Mm.
The person I've added to the to combat, do you see them as unknown person or do you see their name?
So I see Morgantha, Bella, and Ophalia.
Cool. Forget all that. You're good at not metagaming. Are we all in? It's difficult to know what you can see.
Who are these mysterious old women?
I guess they've resumed their human form, if you like. It's the daytime. People might pass by and see.
Yeah, they're not with some kind of fiends.
What would Morgantha do?
think she would leg it and run over the hills and not come back.
Go on, dearie. Go on now. Just make your escape. I think we'll go with a just simple claw attack on Milton, who's next to her. $22.
Bloody hell, that's gonna hit me.
I know that hits. I don't know why I asked. Well, 8 slashing damage, so she's
should-
right next to you.
I was just thinking, should we have done a accent apology warning as well at the start of the stream?
I'm not doing the accent yet.
Well, I'm not doing one. I'm not doing
Okay.
one for this character, but yeah. Although Steve's is very good.
Yeah, Steve's is really good. I forget he's doing an accent. So this
You can't.
hag who is behind you, you can sort of feel her breath on your neck, and it gives you goosebumps as she slashes your back for 8 points of slashing damage with her claws. She is just going to stay there, which leads us to Absence.
Okay, I am going to head for it's paused, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So I will run to the cart.
Mm-hmm.
I will use spend a point of key to use healing hands of healing on the child. So I'll basically you'll just see him sort of almost look like he's doing a martial art move, make contact with the flat of his palm on the child, who will get 3 hit points back.
Nice. Let me put the kid in.
And then I am going to try and basically drag the kid off as fast as I can. I'll use Step of the Wind as well. So is it in a bag? The child is in a bag.
The child is in a sack.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll do my best to just I'll just grab the sack and try and drag it off.
I can't remember what we said last time about what this does to your movement. We did make
No,
a
it depends
decision then.
depends how big the child is, really.
10-year-old child. Alessandra could do it, you can do it.
Okay, so I'll pick the child up. Probably still in the sack. I've got 15 movement left, so I will just.
You're
I'll head
heading
that
off
way.
map.
Off
Cool.
map, yeah, with the child, and then I shall use a Step of the Wind to do a dash action to move another. If I can move full speed, another 40 feet.
Very nice.
And I shall shout to the others, "Just run for it! This isn't a fight we can win."
For reference, just so we all know where we are, the forest is to your north, and about, we said it was 100, so with you there, 50 feet away, and Absence is heading back in the direction of the road. Are you happy
Mhm.
with that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a big wide circle around them.
Sorry, bear with me. How far did you move away from the map?
Oh well, so that was where I got. That was where I got to. So I'll basically head 40 feet that way. If that makes sense.
So
Go
we're about
there.
So you're circling back round?
I'm trying to get to the forest, but I'm trying to go.
Okay.
I'm trying to stay away from them, basically.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
Can't seem to move myself, but
Is it because you've taken yourself off map?
maybe. So I've used 2 key points.
there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Is the music on or is it just me?
The music's on.
Okay.
You'll see a raven fly out of the forest in the direction of the windmill. And Bella, who is not very happy with you, Absence, is going to use. All three of them are there. They could be very mean. She's going to try and polymorph you. She likes her frogs, but no, you're going too fast. We're going to go for a turtle. Please make me a wisdom saving throw, Absence. Oh, Absence.
Oh.
Are there stats for a turtle?
You tell me. You're the DM.
Stats?
Oh, hang on.
Tortoise.
Oh. How rude. Someone give me a slap. Turn me back.
Why can't I find stats for a tortoise?
Use lizard, maybe.
Bear.
Might be turtle. It's an American game after all. Tend to say turtle, don't they?
Well, they're different things. A turtle is like a tortoise swimming band.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. There you are. Little lizard. How do I give you control of him?
It's like right click and permissions.
I have to add him to the actors. Match. Owner. Save. Play. Cedric.
Hello.
There wasn't an exhausted token, so I've just put the sleepy moon on you.
Okay. I forgot I was exhausted. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
DM doesn't
So,
forget.
fully understanding. Oh, I'm fucking bound first, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you're prone. See, I didn't remember that. You got away with that.
Shit. But yeah, I didn't remember I was prone, but I remembered that someone had tied my hands badly.
That was me.
So first of all, I suppose I have to try and wriggle out of my bindings.
Mm-hmm. So what were we doing for that? I'm sorry, it's been 2 weeks. I think we were doing survival or sleight of hand,
Better with survival.
whichever you prefer.
12.
Yeah, you can slip out. It's an easy DC.
It was crap knots.
Alrighty. I suppose I then have to spend half
Half
my
your
movement to stand up. And then after that, I don't really have any other option for Cedric than to try and move somewhere. So he's going to go to this other end of Velia. Up there.
Mhm.
And getting out of the bindings is an action, isn't it? Technically, I think.
Yeah. It would
Okay.
take 6 seconds to get out of your bindings.
Then bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Nice.
And Cedric's spiritual weapon is a big shiny golden gauntlet because he's a Nominator boy. And that's going to appear just next to him, and then it's going to punch Ophelia in the face.
I don't have a golden gauntlet, I have a torch.
Torch will do. It's near enough the same.
Yeah.
So
Hit me.
17.
If it meets, it beats, yeah.
Fantastic. A whole 10 damage.
I feel like that's more damage than you did in your first battle with her, but
Absolutely. I had one spell and it missed, and then after that I just set the house on fire. So I don't think I really did anything in the other fight. But yeah, that will be it.
okay. It's Valia's go. Time for revenge. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Made a terrible mistake.
Let's go. They have so many attacks. Okay, I'm just going for claws. You're right next to her after all. I think that
Oh
hits.
That definitely hits, yeah.
Smashing.
Yay.
She will sort of curl back her lips and reveal these sharp teeth and hiss in your face and slash at your face so you can feel blood running down your temples. She's also going to run over, because I forgot to make Bella do that, to the turtle. Tortoise, turtle, lizard. We'll go for lizard.
Shouldn't it be here where I am?
Oh, yeah, you're right. How much movement do I have from not there? Not there. But there.
Does that mean I get attack of opportunity?
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
She would go over to the turtle.
For one from me. Preferably something sharp.
Is it going to be an unarmed strike? Because presumably he hasn't got his mace or anything on him.
I never went through any of this. We should have questioned this. Presumably they would have taken your crap off you. Yes, you were their prisoners.
18 for a slap on the back of the head.
Yeah, that hits.
It's a whole 3 damage. So as she walks away, Cedric just slaps her across the back of the head.
Don't want to get you excited, but she's under 100 hit points now.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
let's just keep at this, guys. We nearly got this.
That really hurt. Honestly, who throws his shoe?
How many hit points does a turtle have?
Who? Milton.
Okay. God, I'm under pressure. Under pressure here. I'm going to try this.
Yeah. On which one?
Morgantha.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're probably going to have high wisdom, though.
It's not their best stat.
Right. I'm out of here.
You can see her eyes bulge as she realizes what's happened.
30 into the trees. I'm going to pant with his back to a tree, hopefully trying his best to block line of sight best he can. Just catching his breath. Shit. That's me.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Right, top of the round. You will hear sound of hooves approaching and winding up the sloped road towards the windmill is a large black carriage drawn by 2 black horses, no one at the helm. And it will come to a halt at the front door of the windmill, which is, we'll say, back up the top where the cart is. And then it's Morgantha's turn. Is it just another saving throw to try and get out of it at the end of her turn? Read the text, Veronica.
At the end of each of their turns, they can make a wisdom saving throw, so she can't do anything other than try and save.
Sorry, I did reply then, but I was on mute.
Doesn't work quite as well.
She's just shocked. No one has ever cast a spell on her and it actually work. Absence. The lizard.
Oh. I'm a lizard. I don't know. I'll just try and drag this kid off in the bag as a lizard. Probably very ineffectual.
Now, the lizard has a strength of 2, so I'm just going to straight up say no rolls. You are not getting anywhere dragging the bag.
Yeah, he's going to try. He's going to try.
See this little lizard with his gummy mouth just. Oh.
Oh, dear.
What's the movement on a lizard? 20 feet. I mean, trying really hard for this kid. I forgot to move Morgantha. She did get up to the lizard, but I'd like to see her, so I'm just going to leave her there. A raven is going to, that you saw fly out of the forest towards the windmill, is going to sort of swoop round and attack. Which one is that? Athalia. Nice. Can you see these rolls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How
On
do
the
I?
name.
Yeah. How do I? How do I fix that?
There's a module to...
Cool. Use your non-meta ring.
It's all right. Oh, yeah. I
It
see
was a
nothing.
24. Shit. For amazing 5 points of damage. Was that? Oh, that wasn't the critical, was it? No. So that would actually be 6. Okay. So this horrible old hag is there, batting at her wiry hair as a raven attempts to get to her. Which takes us to... Hello. Just gonna try and get close to her sister. Except it's not moving her. There we go. I think it was back there. And what else will she do? She'll attack Cedric.
Yay.
have a magic missile.
Oh, yay.
Six. Wait. Is that all? No, that's not right.
It's 1d4 plus 1 for each.
What's it rolling?
Roll
So that-
4. I think it's times it by 3, actually, by the looks of it.
Yes, it does.
Weirdly,
So it's a
the one-
total of 6. Yeah. For all 3. I think.
Relief.
Yeah, it's weird that it does that, though. It used to be a separate roll for each one.
Yeah, that's why I rolled twice. So you can ignore the 15. 6 damage. Got off lucky. And Cedric.
So his torch is going to move up 20 feet to Ophelia.
Mhm.
And that's going to slap her in the back of the head the same way he just did. For a 17.
Hit.
And that's a whole 4 damage.
I was going to say, could you slap me? So, but I can't. I'm a turtle, so it'd probably just go.
Would Cedric know that slapping you would...
Probably just say,
No, Cedric wouldn't know, probably.
Yeah, he's a church boy. He doesn't know non-priesty magic.
I mean, if you want to, you can roll an. I'll let you roll an Arcana to see if you know.
19.
You know.
All right, okay then.
Wouldn't put yourself down. You know more than you give yourself credit for.
He's going. Oh shit, that's probably a bad idea. I don't have anything beneficial that would help this. The best thing I can do is a prayer. Not a prayer of healing. That's stupid. Sacred flame. Because the only other thing I've got is guiding bolt, and I don't want to give them advantage against absence.
If you want your mace, we'll say they're all sort of in the center, and it's not hard to go get your run to your stuff.
But if I make him do he's going to do it because he's stupid. But if I make him do the dex save, that's effectively something he could try and do from range to get absence out of it.
Yeah.
So
Totally fair.
make a dex save. Unfortunately, you monk with presumably high dexterity.
Well, I'm a lizard, not a monk, so
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
whatever the dex the lizard is, I don't think I've got control of the lizard, so I don't know what I am. But
I don't know why it's not done that. Dex saving throw for a lizard. Totally normal. 8.
That's fail.
what does that mean?
How much damage?
1d8.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
I did.
Roll a 1. He's
Roll
still a
a
lizard.
Fucking hell, you've cursed me in an assortment of ways.
The lizard's
And then
got 2 hit points.
and then
The game
Cedric
kicked me out. Sorry,
Cedric-
continue.
Cedric's just gonna like edge towards the woods.
Is that your full 30 feet, or are you when you say edging? Because I can't see now.
Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll say 30 feet. He's not quite in the tree line by the look of it, or he's like just in the trees.
Oh, does anyone know who's up next?
It is
Thalia.
Ophelia. Yeah, Thalia. Ophelia.
Athalia would use her turn to pick up the lizard. And
It
I
needs to
guess-
move before she can do that. Which one's a Farley?
no, Athalia's the one that stood next to you. She went
not-
to
She
Well, I-
stood next to where the lizard.
she'll
You put the lizard,
move.
but that's not where I am.
She'll move and pick you up.
Okay.
Why isn't this working? I guess that's a grapple. Do you wanna
Yeah, I'll contest it. Hell yeah. with my what's 2 strength like? Minus
8.
minus
Six.
8. Yeah. What have I got to lose?
What hers is. Whilst I sit here going, technical difficulties.
3.
12.
Yeah, I think she picks
And
me
that's
up.
without me adding the extra. Yeah, she picks you up. Oh, here we go. I'm back in. That's nice. That's better. Let's put you all together. Well, no, let's put you with her. There we go. That's nice. I didn't put the combat music on loop. Sorry about that. So we did a Thalia. And I can't believe that's an action to grapple a lizard, but fine. I'll be fair. Milton.
Oh. Shit. Shit. Turtle's out of range. Oh God. What can I do? I'll keep running into the woods.
Action and dash.
Yeah.
You don't. You can stay there so you can see what's going on, but I know that you've moved 60 foot further. That's fine. Back to the top of the rounds. That carriage is still sitting at the front of the windmill. The door has opened, but no one has emerged from it. Morgantha has to make a wisdom saving throw. Lily,
That's enough.
she's okay. And she is going to.
It was enough for you to get away, though, hopefully.
Hopefully.
You can see Cedric's been hit a few times. And he's getting away.
Music stopped, by the way.
Oh, I can hear it. It's quite quiet.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I can't. Oh yeah, it's started now.
Does she just want to knock you out? Let's just... Yeah, magic missile again. Magic missile at Cedric. We're on a mission. Another 6. This doesn't feel right. Oh, so it rolls the d4 once and then just times it by 3.
Yeah. It
And
does
then
seem a
it-
bit
Right though,
weird.
because you get a +1, don't you? Or a plus
Yeah.
whatever. Depending on what level you cast it.
It's just first level. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that volatile reaction? Yes.
So what's my damage total?
Add another 3 to that, I think, V.
Yeah, let's say
9.
9.
Okay, Cedric's unconscious.
Cedric's unconscious. That's what we like to hear.
It's not the goal to win as the DM, you know.
Feels like it is for me. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. My bad. Can she get to you? She can. And then with the rest of her movement, she'll head over to pick up Cedric. It's just It keeps kicking me out of the game. Okay. She's gawked over to Cedric. I don't know if it did that before it
Yep.
threw me out.
I did, yeah.
Absence. The lizard.
I'm gonna bite her. Hopefully, I've got like some nasty bacteria in my mouth, and she'll get an infection eventually after a couple of weeks.
Maybe you can
Yeah.
bite your tongue.
Do you have access to that, or do you need me to roll from the lizard sheet?
Yeah, please roll. I haven't got access to it.
I don't know why it's not configure.
Straight D20.
Okay, I think that's what.
2. Is it me or is it rolling 2 for everything tonight? Is that?
I mean, her skin is coarse and grey. It's not very pleasant.
Very unlettuce-like.
I assume by doing that you're not going to contest the grapple, because that would be
Can't-
that would have been your action, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem much point.
Nah. That takes us to. I can't see the map, but I can still see people. So I don't know what's going on. Foundry hates me. That raven is going to attempt to take a stab at Athalia again. But misses. Just trying not to hit the lizard.
Please hit me.
Stupid raven.
Bella's turn. Bella. Where is Bella? I wish I could see right now, but I would send
It's
Bella after you,
overrated.
Milton. But she would be 60,
Bella
wouldn't it?
is.
She'd be so many feet behind you.
Yeah, she can kind of get to Milton's blood splat with 30 feet.
With 60 feet?
Yeah, 50 feet she can get to Milton.
Cedric.
Cedric, sorry. Yeah, Milton's
Milton's
gone, yeah.
Milton's gone. Yeah, she's just gonna head over to Cedric and stabilize him, which I'd love to roll for, but like I said, it's kicked me out, so I'm just gonna bring up some hag stats. +2 for medicine. +12. Cedric is unconscious but stable.
Shame, I would have loved it if he'd have died on her.
Does anyone know who's next in the round and how I can stop Foundry kicking me out?
Cedric.
Oh, Cedric can't do anything.
It's Ophelia again.
And Athalia has little lizard ball. So she's going to start walking over, and I'm back in.
Well, she left the kid behind. Hopefully the kid will leg it.
All right. Right, sorry, now I'm back in. So Bella went over there. She can't really go. Oh, she couldn't have stabilized Cedric. So Cedric actually needed to make a. Oh no, because she dash.
You dashed, but then she can't
Then she
stabilize him.
can't stabilize him, so you'd have to make a death saving throw. My bad.
I'm happy to do it.
I get the feeling we've both got the characters lined up.
Natural one.
Oh no!
That
What's going on
two
with
fails.
dice?
That's 2 fails.
Yeah, that's 2 fails. Oh no!
Oh, do I want to stabilize you? This just got interesting.
Let the death rolls play out. I want to see how this goes too.
There is a higher. Yeah, if Ali is gonna. Is she gonna leave the kid there? I forgot the kid was conscious.
Yeah,
No, she's
healed him.
not. She's not stupid. She's gonna slash the kid. Which should be very, very easy. But then again, she's grappling at the same time. Nope, that's very easy. That kid's down like permanently. She will just sort of stamp down with her foot, and I guess you, Lizard Absence, will hear the cracking of bones as her boot goes straight through what you assume is the torso and the sack. Ugh, that was gruesome. Oh well, you tried. Milton, you still running?
I would be around the 60-foot mark from
Mhm.
where I was,
Mm-hmm.
which would mean my standard movement should be able to get me within 60 feet of Cedric.
Yeah, I'll allow that, but I've not made a map big enough. Well, if you're... Where you walk...
Yeah, I'd actually be up here somewhere, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So at the top of the big triangle, I'll move over to the east a little bit, just enough to make up the 60 feet to Cedric. I'll cast a healing word. And Cedric gets 5 healing. And that's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use the remainder of my movement and my action to leg it again further into the woods.
Very nice. Very nice.
Done.
This is interesting. Okay. Oh, I haven't plugged my laptop in. I'm about to die. That might be one of the reasons.
Yeah, now you know how it feels.
Yeah. See the bat wing in the background there?
Yep, just a sneak peek inside the bat cave. Morgantha is going to... I mean, she's just going to slash you again. It's pretty... It's inevitable. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Why are we lying?
Yeah,
Why are we
you're
lying?
sorry.
I don't know. It's just so easy, you know?
Oh my god.
Critical.
Fucking hell. Your healing was appreciated at the least, Milton.
Yeah, he ain't coming back and doing it again. He said that
20.
was the last one. Only because he happened to be somewhere within range. He's gone now.
Your eyes will flutter open, Cedric, and you'll look into the face of this horrific hag as she rolls her eyes and goes, "Just die already!" and kicks you in the face. And everything goes black. Lizard absence.
It's
I'm gonna bite her again.
Please do.
Can't do anything else, can I? So it's just a straight D20, is it?
It's still not giving you control.
17.
You bite her.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
Lizard.
Oh yeah, I've got it now.
Yay!
There's 1 piercing damage.
Oh my god, it's done it again.
Booted you
Okay.
out.
Yeah. Well, it's not booting me out, it's taking me to a grey screen. The map keeps disappearing. Okay, I've written down to -1 from her when I get back to her.
I mean, is she looking bloodied?
Is she looking bloodied?
She got
I've
like
got a little purple mark on her finger.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a blood blister.
Yeah.
The raven.
Like I said, that bacteria, a couple of weeks, she'll be
Yeah.
wishing she hadn't
She'd
messed
be
with me.
feeling rather peaky.
Yeah, she'll have a temperature.
If you hit her 3 times in a row, well, bite her 3 times in a row, I'll roll a con save for like
Typhoid.
rabies or something.
Yeah, like a Komodo dragon. If they bite you, you're stuffed.
You're not quite a Komodo dragon.
No.
More like a squirtle.
Whole 6 points of damage to Athalia. She is getting beaten up. She's like lost more than 20 hit points in this battle.
Where's the raven come from?
Oh, I forgot. So, it's the raven's turn. Still. It's gonna...
You know what?
There was a little... I've got little Foley noises, so I've got a little raven noise.
Oh,
Awesome.
But it might be too quiet.
I can hear it.
it is not. It's perfectly fine. It's definitely not quiet.
yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine.
The little
I can't hear
raven
the music because I'm
fuck you.
streaming.
Quote the raven.
And that takes us to Bella, who is going to start dragging Cedric, so 15 feet in the direction of the carriage. Death saving throw, Cedric. Also, sorry, Hazel. Hopefully they're done soon.
Oh, I don't think we're
Didn't
gonna
think
have
we'd
to.
last this long.
Oh fuck!
That you're on 1 hit point.
How many times do you die in a round
So,
of combat?
Jamie.
What would you like to do with your 1 hit point?
Panic and I guess inflict wounds
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
at the highest level that I can cast. First of all, I have to give myself that 1 hit point. So yeah, I guess he'll regain consciousness after being stamped out and be like, the fuck is going on? And then just grab whoever's holding him and
Bella, yeah.
at 2nd level cast inflict wounds.
Hit me.
20.
Yeah.
So that's 4d10. 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
What
pretty
sort
much
of
the
damage is it?
sentiment, isn't it?
Is it necrotic?
Yeah, I believe so. Let's have a look. That's the wrong spell. Yeah, it is necrotic damage.
This is how I have to keep track of hit points now because it keeps throwing me out. But noted.
I'm just pleased to hear they're not resistant or something.
Are you gonna? You've got 30 feet of movement. You could use 15 to get up.
Yes, I
Start
will.
running.
I'll get up and I'll move in the opposite direction to where Morgantha is, because presumably I've just been dragged from there. I don't want to run back in her direction, and 15 feet would probably put me next to her if I was being dragged.
I can't see where you are, but you've moved, I assume.
So I'm like here, maybe.
Is
Um,
that
um,
everything?
Yep, my spiritual weapon's gone because
Mhm.
I cocked it.
Went down.
Yep. So that'll be it for Cedric.
Valia is gonna start. Oh no, because you've. Every time I go to wrap up, you come back to life, Cedric.
You can't keep a good boy down.
Why aren't you bringing up her character sheet? Okay, I'm just gonna do it as Morgantha. They all have the same things. Can anyone see how far away Athalia is from Cedric?
Ophalia is quite far away. 50 feet, 45 feet.
Okay. Then I got out the magic missiles too soon.
Did you?
Well, I hope at the very least they have a bit of a crisis of confidence after this poor display.
Cedric has died and gotten back up like 3 times.
You get knocked down. Could you, Cedric, do a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes, I can. 15.
And you go sort of shake off this spell as it waves over you. You're okay, and I'm annoyed. Milton's running. Yeah, okay. Morgantha. How far's Morgantha from Cedric? I'm sorry, you're my eyes.
Like 15 feet.
Cool. She's gonna run up to him. And where is that claw attack? Oh, 14.
That's a miss.
She just can't believe how much you guys keep getting up. It's easier with kids, they just die. You gonna bite Athalia? Absence?
No, I'm going to try and escape, I
Yeah.
guess. Try and wriggle out of her hands.
Contested strength. Here we go. Yeah, her clawed hands just tighten around you as you attempt to wriggle free.
Oh, just kill me already. Stop toying with us.
This guy.
Polymorph is concentration, is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't know if it is, actually.
It's a good question.
So bitter.
Info check. You're right, it's concentration. I apologize. What
She
is
would
that?
have had to roll when the raven attacked her and when I bit her.
So that's 4 con saves.
Do it from now. I can't really.
Sorry. No,
It's too late now.
I'll do a few. I'll do all 4, and if you don't get any of those 4, you're still a lizard, and if you do, you can take your absence turn. Concentration. Yep. Wait, has she taken 7 damage? Or it's 10 or the damage, isn't it? So yes, that's... You're no longer a lizard. And I'm really sorry I forgot to do concentration rolls.
That's all right. Can I?
Yeah, let's go. Back. Absence.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I am going to use. The kids are gone, unfortunately. I really have tried, but I'm going to use Step of the Wind to disengage.
Mhm.
So I guess I'll turn back into me and then wriggle out of her arms, and just go 40 feet straight to the east.
Right, one's gone north, one's gone east.
So
Cedric's also
it's
there.
the edge of the map, so I'd be
You've gone.
40 feet that way.
Foundry really hates me. I'm just gonna log into Twitch and use that as my eyes.
Okay. I don't know why it's hating you tonight. What browser are you using?
Chrome. Okay. What turn are we on?
Bella.
Bella, Bella, Bella. So I have... It is hard not having a visualization tool.
Oh, good news, by the way. We're also live streaming on YouTube at exactly the same time.
Oh, awesome.
Great.
Even though you're supposed to have 1,000 subscribers, for some reason it's working, so I'm not arguing with it.
I'm so glad loads of people can see Foundry not work. Well,
It's okay. We've only got one person not seeing it work, so.
Is it you? Oh no, it's me
No,
because
it's
I've just
not.
logged in.
Oh no, there's
I've-
two people now.
It's also me because I keep it open to boost up the viewers.
Shh. God, okay, Bella. I can't remember where Bella was. She'd started dragging Cedric.
She's at the top, yeah. She's next to Morgantha.
She'd started dragging Cedric away, and then Cedric somehow got up again.
Magically slapped her on the wrist and then scarped it a little bit.
Right. I mean, she's pissed at you. She is so pissed at you.
He's pissed at us. If we survive this, when I'm higher level, I'm coming back for them, I tell you. If I survive.
Right. Bella can run to Cedric, can't she? It looks like from here they're very close
Yeah.
by. Yeah. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Bloody hell, what's going on?
Ah.
She
Run away!
She stumbles in her blind fury. Oh look, I'm back in. I wonder how long for. So she would be there now. Which takes us to Cedric.
Cedric, you deserve it now.
I'm going to He's just going to turn around and like, oh, could you just like leave me alone for 5 minutes? And he's going to inflict wounds on her again at 2nd level.
Yay!
That's a 10. He's missed.
He has missed. Which reminds me to add the damage that you've done while I wasn't here. Oh, another one under 100.
And
We
then
should learn.
on the
We
ropes,
should learn to
guys.
metagame. We should learn to know what these were, even though the characters didn't.
and then I think after that he's probably kind of like half resigned to the fact he's not getting out of here, considering the other two have scarpered and he's left with 2 of them. So he's just gonna like kind of like casually walk a few feet away. Just be like, oh, fuck this.
Cedric.
He's got 1 hit point.
You've lasted quite a long time with 1 hit point. To be fair, are you a cleric?
I am, yeah. He could heal himself, but then he's still going to be stuck with no magic and no weapons and just slapping them to death, which is going to take a while at 3 damage per unarmed strike.
What would the hags do? You know, you guys surprise me every time. I think I prepare for every eventuality, but no.
Not for surviving. That's your mistake.
Mm.
Can we get
Yeah,
some
this game's
wristbands
about
made?
luck.
Can we get some
And I like the
wristbands
fact as
made
well
of
that
what
I'm
would the
faster
hags
than a
do?
hag. I mean, she's got a sack of pie fill in there. I mean, aren't they happy with at least 1?
Wait, she's all the way over here, so fine. Get to there.
On the bright side, it looks like Cedric's pissed them all off enough that everyone else is getting out.
Yeah, she sort of sees how far Absence managed to get, and other than turning him into a lizard, didn't actually do any damage. So she's gonna turn back to you, Cedric.
You might pop up again. Roll 20. Positive thinking. Come on.
He's invincible.
It's invincible.
I snorted then. I didn't mean to do that.
Alright, it's like you tell if things are really funny.
It shouldn't work if it's
True.
your own joke, though.
It's a huge compliment if someone snorts.
Fucking hell.
No.
Angry. We're very angry. It could miss. It keeps missing. 17?
No.
17 hits.
Lovely.
Yeah, and even if you failed, you'd be poisoned.
Yeah, so do you want me to make the saving throw anyway?
So you're down.
Yeah, he's absolutely down. He's only got 1 hit point.
If you make the saving throw,
make-
you don't take the damage, do you? Oh, hang on. No.
No, it's
you
about being
take the
poisoned.
damage either way.
So make the saving throw, and if you make it, which you don't, okay, you've automatically lost a death save because you went down and there's poison coursing through your veins.
We're on
And
to
you
death
can-
saves for the 3rd time.
I don't think that's what poison does, is it?
No, it's got an extra
just got-
effect, and
It's
it
got a
took him out.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Flavor. Milton's still running. I don't know why he's still in the initiative order. Unless Steve wants to tell me he suddenly has a crisis of faith.
Well, yeah, Milton's having a proper breakdown, but he's still running.
Oh no! I've left my friends. You might hear through the woods, from your distances, Milton and Absence, this old crone voice just say, "Just fucking kill one of them!"
And then in Cedric's slow dying throws, I'm invincible.
Is she close enough to just claw you? Could that would just be easier? No, she's not.
No.
Oh, gee.
Oh, I really hope I get a 20.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's going to be like, I mean, can you cue up the Benny Hill music or just going round the map?
I just don't want to. They don't have like good cantrips. She's just gonna have to get close enough to use her action to make it to you. And I'm out again. Thank you, Foundry. Absence still running?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Dashing.
Did you say you've sort of circled round into the woods as well?
Yeah. Into the woods.
Cool.
I'll be looking for that raven though, as I run, making sure that it got away.
Do you want to roll me a perception?
Yeah. $22 critical.
If you look back, you can see a raven swooping through the tree line away from the combat behind you. Bella, right, now I have to go to the Twitch because I can't fucking see.
Yeah, Bella's 30 feet away, 25 feet away.
From Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
This could be it. Is it?
She's got
When they're
advantage
down.
if he's prone.
Yeah.
You get advantage.
Oh, that
and if
didn't
you
help
hit,
at
it's an,
all.
have you missed? Because it's an automatic crit if you hit when they're down, which is 2. So you missed.
I missed. Even though you were there. Well, she wasn't sure. You can't see because you're down. But anyone that was still looking, the viewer can see that she sort of hesitates as she goes to claw. Well, slit your throat again. It was her that slit your throat.
The mustache.
The power of the mustache.
Cedric, would you like to make a death saving throw?
Oh.
Oh.
I was really hoping for a 20 just so we could get up and be like, you're really bad at this.
Interesting. Right, I can't see the stream either. My laptop has just given up. How far away is Farley?
Has
From
the
Cedric.
wet string that you use for your internet got too wet, or
20
I
feet.
don't know,
Farley
it's
is-
upstairs.
20 feet.
Farley is 20? Yeah.
Right. I've had enough.
Miss, 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 miss.
I have you frozen. I have you frozen. I have you frozen. Okay.
Are you still prone, Cedric?
I am, yeah.
18 plus 7, that's a 25.
That's definitely a hit.
Disadvantage on a range.
I don't know.
Oh, sure, is that?
She's moved up. For,
Oh,
she's
I
moved
thought you
up.
were doing a range attack.
It's an automatic crit,
Yeah.
which is 2 death saves.
yeah, Cedric is Dedrick.
Oh.
Oh man.
Have you just been wanting to die to make that joke?
Yeah.
It's the only reason he made this character. Oh.
I'm going to take us out. Well, I can't take us out of initiative, but imagine we're out of initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. No, it's still letting me do that.
I feel relaxed already.
Oh. I can't stop the music. It's just not listening. I can press buttons, but nothing happens.
It's Strahd.
I'm so stressed.
You're
A moment.
stressed.
Trick. Okay. So
So now we have a red tiefling with burning red eyes running through the forest. That's not going to frighten anyone that he comes across at all, is
through the
it?
forest. Beardy Welshman also running through the forest. That if you let it, because you're quite speedy, the raven is following you. Will you let it catch up with you?
It seemed, yeah, it's a raven, so absence would definitely stop.
It's going to start swooping round to the west, and we will say, will you follow it?
Absence would always follow a raven
Follow a
that
raven.
was directing him, so yeah, he'll head to the west. He'll
If
let it
you-
land on him if it wants to, or he'll follow it if it flies.
Oh, it won't land on you. Oh no. It keeps a safe distance, but it will eventually, seemingly, lead you to Milton, and you can take a moment
Oh.
of respite in the forest.
Cedric.
I think he's dead. The child's
Oh.
dead as well. I did everything I could,
Oh.
but those things are just pure evil.
What have we done?
We did everything we could. We couldn't have done more. We'd be dead too. Last I saw, they were making sure he was dead. But Cedric, in his way, hard to kill.
I tried to heal him before I went, but I went anyway. I should have stayed.
You'd be dead too. Seems we've got an ally in this raven, though. So the Raven Queen is sending us a message. So it was Cedric's time, but it's not ours. Not yet.
Are you
You know
going
where we
to?
are.
Are you going
Sorry.
to take like 5 minutes to just sort of catch your breath?
No.
Nope. You just all this time you're
No,
running.
just keep moving. I know I'm faster than them. You're not, Milton. So we need to just move until it feels safe to rest.
Then you will hear the raven caw and fly off in a direction.
Which direction?
From where you are, sort of north.
Yeah,
Pretty much true north. Yeah.
I'll follow it. Milton, we should follow the raven. I know the
Oh.
people here think that they're a bad sign, but I personally don't.
Well, one of the rare occasions I don't know where I'm going, so I'll follow you, Absence, as long as we're moving away from those things.
Exactly. So move as fast as you can.
And with that, I'm going to say we take a short break whilst I liaise with Jim on what we're doing with his character. And I'm really sorry we just spent an hour and a half with the boys and not you, Hazel. We'll start with you when we get back.
Sorry, Hazel.
It's been absolutely fine. I got to messily eat sushi without anyone watching me and witness this masterpiece of a clusterfuck.
That's probably an overly nice term for it.
I mean, it's what we do. I mean, if you're impressed, then, we've had a lot of practice.
This is what happens when you don't metagame, like I said before. We knew what those things were, even if our characters didn't.
Yeah.
That's what you get for trying to be a hero. Dead.
Cedric, the
Thank you.
goodest boy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I mean, I haven't got a camera on here, but I've just tipped a little bit of whiskey out onto my carpet. in memory. I'm going to have to go and clean it up now.
Sorry, we did try. We really tried.
No, it's fine. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. It's my first ever character death in D&D.
Okay, congratulations then.
What a way to go out.
You went out fighting, and you didn't make it easy for them.
That was a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, and to be honest, you were probably the deciding factor in me and Matt getting out.
Yeah, I thought it was dead. Again.
Are we still on the internet?
Yeah, do you want me to pause it a minute or?
Yeah. Short rest while I talk to Jim.
Beep, 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 beep.
Okay.
Also, feel free to go get a cup of tea or whatever.
I am going to go and do that and clean this whiskey up. God damn it.
Okay. So we'll be back in a few.
Darzin.
Okay.
Not letting down because Twitch doesn't like people smoking.
Okay, sound is back on, so
Right.
don't say
So we've
beep or
decided
beep.
what's happening with Jim's new character. I'm glad we thought we might die.
I was
'cause
prepared
that
for
was
this eventuality.
relatively smooth. Right. I've created a character in the characters folder called Darzin for you. I think I've given you permission, Jim.
Yeah,
Let me
I've
know. Yep,
just been able to change his name.
perfect. And where's that image gone? Damn it.
Uh, I don't know how to do that. Oh wait, it's a fucking module, isn't it?
No, you sent me the image and I've just lost it. There it is. There we go. Save image. We'll get him to you eventually.
Right, there's no rush if you're going to go through Hazel first.
I just want to give you your image. I find it very difficult to do things more than one thing at a time.
Well, I have to be honest, streaming the other night and GMing was quite hard work. I don't know how people do it. Hopefully I'll get used to it.
I think most people probably might have a dedicated person who does a lot of the scene switching and stuff for them.
I've got a spaniel. Don't think she's up to it.
I've got a Percy. He's not got opposable paws. Right. I think I've got it. There he is. There's Darzin.
By the way, I can still hear incredibly tense combat music.
I was just thinking the same.
It only just let me back in, so
God, my shoulders are like so tense.
what do we have that isn't tense? Very little, to be honest.
You, Jim, you just copy the URL from your character sheet. You need to make sure you go into your D&D Beyond character sheet, go into features. In fact, you might need the plugin, which you might not have.
I have Beyond 20.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you just go into the character sheet, open it up, and then next to your you haven't got the plugin, V.
That's
I
all right.
don't have
We
plugin.
can
I've
run
got-
from Beyond 20 for a bit.
Okay.
Right, I've got Darzin. So no,
You need to enable the module for it's called DDB Importer before you can import characters.
All right, we can do that some other time.
when
Yeah,
we
we'll
left
do it some other time.
Alisander, they had just woken up from the loveliest dream. I've made it so everyone can see the Bluewater Inn first floor, so you should be able to see, hopefully.
Don't have a token there.
You need a token. Cool. Everyone's just gonna come hang out. You're not here. You're there in spirit.
Okay.
So
It's
you can see
creepily
what's
watching
going
me and
on.
Mick while we sleep.
Not creepy at all.
So you wake from your wonderful sleep. What would you like to do?
Considering that I had Mick in the ring around my neck as I fell asleep, and I'm sure Mick has come out of the ring at some point, I'm gonna hope that Mick is still asleep, and I'm gonna try and stealth out of the bed.
Yeah, you can do that easily enough. We'll put him there just so. There we go. There he is.
Kind of gets out of the bed, a little bit confused by the whole situation. And then, sorry, it hasn't loaded for me yet. So we're in a bed. We've got the two we're in a room. We've got the two beds.
Mhm.
There was a cot for the little girl, wasn't there?
Mhm.
And then what was the name of the lady?
Dagmara slept in her own room.
And
so
the
she
woman
said she
who's
was
been with
going
us. And the woman who's been with us for the
Oh,
entirety
Irina.
of the trip. Irina, that was it. Thank you. There we go. Is Irina awake?
She's turned away from you. You'd have to ask, I suppose.
Irina.
Mm? What is it?
Yeah, I think it's time that we should get up and we should start making a move if we want to make it back to the windmill anytime soon.
What about the little
And we
one?
need to make a decision about this child. I don't know. That there was talk of this orphanage, but that seems a little cold at the moment. Do you think we would be able to leave her here for the day until we can return?
We could ask.
I think best until we can. Then we should do that. I worry about taking her to the orphanage so quickly and without being able to do a proper inspection. But we really do need to get going. So the quickest and most expedient thing possible would probably be to leave her here. So, okay. Should we leave Nick here to sleep a little longer?
Yes, I think that is for the best. She
Okay.
seems quite disturbed by everything that happened. You'll see Irina sort of gently wake the girl, and she'll sleepily sort of look around. And for a moment, there's this childlike, just awake from a dream. And then she sort of remembers everything that happens, and you can see it in her face as her face falls and she looks around and remembers. And Irina will explain that she's going to see if she can stay there and make the way out of the room with you. So I didn't explain this very well. So you've got this landing, so you have to go out of this door. Irina will show you. No, she won't. So you've got this sort of separate entrance for guests. That means you have to make your way outside and back around the front. And everyone's gonna follow.
I'm just following so the stream can see.
I can't see through Darzan, so I'm just watching the stream for now.
I'm just gonna pop Cedric back inside.
That also works.
Oh wait, I've got that wrong. It's a whole different map. I don't remember what I've done.
So we need to go downstairs, don't we?
You've gone downstairs, and then here we are. You end up there, and I'm just gonna pull you over quickly. So you've gone down the stairs.
Absence is the strangest of tour guides.
Right. If you all head over to Bluewater Inn ground floor.
Yeah.
That ambience is a bit loud. And you'll see the same inn that you came into the previous night. Already in the morning, busy with a couple of patrons at tables. Oh, no. I see what I've done. I'm sorry. I've selected you while trying to move Irina. And I don't seem to be able to unselect you because everything hates me.
Wondered why he was randomly moving of his own accord.
Why can't I unselect you? Oh my god, no.
Joy.
Oh, I have to unselect you. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was so
I'm trying to steal my baby.
cringe. Okay. What would you like to do?
That is the lady that we spoke to last night. At the
Is
bar.
there behind the bar, looking, having a chat with this gentleman across the bar. He is a sort of lean, well-presented man in a fine purple tunic, expectedly pale, sporting a very well-groomed moustache and goatee with these huge bags under his eyes. She's saying something along the lines of, "I'm very sorry, but after, as I told you before, it's been a while since we have spoken to them, and if it was a bad yield this year, that cannot be helped. There has to be some rationing involved, especially with the amount of festivals." And then you see this sort of strained smile appear on her face. "Wonderful festivals that you hold. It's going to be difficult to have enough wine to go round. But between myself and my husband, we cannot go see what is the problem. You will have to find a man of your own to spare." And this gentleman says, "Well, I obviously don't have time for that." Ugh. Very well, I'll have to write some correspondence. And she'll sort of turn to you and say, "Oh, good morning. Baron. Here they are. The people you were waiting for." And she'll sort of give you a apologetic smile.
Turn to the Baron and looking eyes with the lady, turn to the Baron and then just give him a slight nod.
Work. Show players. There he is.
It's not quite a Cedric mustache, is it?
No, that's an evil Cedric. If like Cedric had turned. Yeah.
He will say, "Good morning. My name is Baron Vargas Valakovich. I am Burgomaster of Valaking. My guards informed me of your arrival last night. And Irina," and he will sort of look through you, Alessander. He doesn't really seem to acknowledge your presence. "I can't quite believe that is you. The last time I saw you, you were a little girl. Well, welcome to Valaki." And he will do this horrible kind of grabbing of her hand and giving it a kiss.
Alessandro will just stand up a little bit straighter, broaden out her
And-
shoulders a bit, and just take a slight step to not to step in front of her because he doesn't want to. He's not trying to upstage her, but he's just showing that that's not okay, mate. You don't fucking do that.
and your traveling companions. How do you do? And he will sort of turn to you and offer a hand.
And take his hand and do the power struggle double clasp. Shake his hand and just be like, Alexander has returned. We do not find ourselves in the most favourable of predicaments, but I've been told that you might be the man to talk to about this.
Oh, absolutely. And he sort of clasps your hands, so it's two double hands, and you're still. Oh, that music's loud. And you're still sort of there holding each other's hands. I came here to see if you would like to take breakfast with myself and my wife. I would
Well, that
appreciate getting to know the new people in my town, and of course, Irina, it has been such a long time. I'm sure you would like to see Victor, my son. He'll be so excited to hear that you're here.
would be a lovely thing to take part in. However, we are not planning to be here long, and we must leave as soon as we can, unfortunately. But when we pass through again, I'm sure we would be more than happy to take you up on that fine offer.
Oh no, I must insist. Uh, you are not staying in the town at all? You're leaving? If you have errands
Well, we
to
do
run, I'm sure they can wait.
we do plan to come back. We have heard about the most wonderful of festivals that you appear to be putting on in a few days' time, and we would definitely not want to miss that. However, today we do have some business to be seeing to, and I'm sure you understand how important it is for a man to not break a promise when it comes to business.
Roll a persuasion.
I am not good at bullshitting. I am not good at bullshitting. 11.
I appreciate business. Although not even staying for breakfast is a little rude, wouldn't you say? Just a quick bite. And then when you return, I can have some rooms made up for Irina. I assume he sort of looks you up and down. You are the traveling type. If you have bedrolls, we can probably find space for you. It's the only place in town that's really befitting of a woman of Irina's standards.
And I'll look to Irina to see how she would like to respond to this request.
That sounds very nice, Baron, but I must insist that I accompany my friends. They have taken me this far, and I have a duty to them. So I am likewise bound this morning, I'm afraid. But as we said, we will return, and hopefully we can take you up on that very kind offer then. I'll have Irina roll a persuasion. She's quite good at that. No, she's not. The Baron's sort of happy visage, you see, sort of falls. And he says, sort of leans in and says, I really don't want to have to bring my guards into this. I have allowed you into my town. Do us this small kindness.
Well, who could turn down such an invitation?
And he visibly brightens up again. Excellent! Right, follow me. And he will lead you outside and into the town square, which is starting to look busy, similarly to the inn. Oh, it would be nice if I could see. You can see people in the town square sort of already coming across to fill up some jugs of water and taking them back to their abodes. Shops starting to open up. And I can't see that map. But I can describe it. So, this is going so well.
Just says we haven't got tokens.
I just can't, it's not open for me. I'd love to drag your tokens on, but it's a big grey screen. Right. Let's close some tabs. Let's try and help it out a bit. Something. Okay, I'll lead you across the town square, so it's not a long walk at all, to probably the largest building in that square, definitely bigger than the inn that you were staying at, to a mansion. It's a very old-looking building. The plaster's sort of peeling away, and you notice all of the windows are obscured by drapes. There's also a guard stood outside, and I'm a bit stuck without being able to show you the room. But we'll say you'll walk in, you'll see a large entrance hall, framed portraits adorning the walls, and a wide staircase leading upstairs on your right. Long carpet, length of the hallway with several doors leading off it, and notably lots and lots of bundles of twigs heaped against the walls. He will lead you into a room immediately to your left, into a sort of parlour where there's a couple of armchairs and sofas and a woman sitting there doing some needlework. And she will stand up as you enter and say, "Ah, hello. You must be Irina, and I'm sorry I don't know you, but you my husband says you arrived last night."
My name is Alexander, ma'am. Thank you so much for the hospitality. Yes, we arrived quite late last night, and we must be setting off soon as well. So I have to apologise for the very speedy intrusion into your home.
Oh no, of course, but you must have some food before you make your way on for a day's work, I'm sure. Please, I believe everything is ready. Will you follow me? And she will
Okay.
lead you into the adjoining room where you see a long dining table, plate set with the finest sort of silverware, and take her seat. Where is a picture? And she hasn't introduced herself. So the Baron will say, this is my wife, the Baroness Lydia Petrovna. She's a very well-presented woman, hair tied up immaculately, makeup presented immaculately.
Can I do an insight check as to why they are trying to feed us? Are they just annoyingly, aggressively polite, or are they trying to feed us child pies?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's not a smart boy when it comes to judging people. It's a phrase.
Uh,
One of the loveliest people he has ever met.
They seem so very prim and proper, and you've definitely met people like this in travels with your father, and you would be quite familiar with there being a way of doing things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And indeed, the food that they bring out, they quickly bring out some breads and butters and multiple butters, and meats.
Salted and unsalted, obviously.
Clearly.
Lots of eggs done different ways. Probably truffle butter. I bet you can get truffles in Barovia. And start dining, and they would ask such banal questions that you do not have time for. They'd be there going, so tell me where you're from, and what would you expect to do while you're here, and you simply must come to tea tomorrow. I have some work. This is the Baroness. I have some work to do constructing the centerpiece, shall we say, of our next festival. It is very exciting. I would appreciate some extra hands.
Part of me wants Alessandra to try and be very well behaved, to kind of channel Cedric. But he is also in the middle of a complete and utter breakdown, and he has held it together as much as he can. So as soon as she asks him what he is expecting to do during his time in Barovia, he's just like, well, die, probably, knowing this place. And then once she starts talking, if she then still goes on about the centerpiece, he's just like, what the hell is going on here? Just completely oblivious, and he's starting to shake at this point.
When you say, well, probably die, she'll sort of drop her fork, and there'll be this loud clatter as she looks to her husband, and the room goes quiet. Yes, it is quite a gloomy place sometimes, but here in Vallaki, we do our best to keep our spirits up. That is the purpose of these festivals, you see. And the Baron will sort of turn to you and in a lowered voice say, I believe my guards informed you of the laws here in Vallaki. We try not to let our spirits be dampened by the devil. You understand?
You misunderstand me. You misunderstand me completely. I would be quite happy to die. Now, if you don't mind, this has been an absolutely lovely spread, and Alexander hasn't touched a bite of it. We really must be going so that we can bring more people to the town to enjoy the festival. I'm sure you would quite like to at least have a few more hands involved in the making of this centerpiece, and to be there for the festivities themselves.
But you have not touched any of your food. Are you quite sure?
Yes, I am, and he'll kind of pick up a bit of bread and kind of jam it into his mouth and like chew it very, very slowly. And if he can, he'll try and get away with like just tucking it in the side of his mouth like a hamster.
I understand you. You must be very busy. Tomorrow, though.
If we are able to get back in time, then yes, tomorrow.
We will send a guard to the inn to see if you have returned to escort you.
That will be perfectly fine.
Let me walk you out. And the Baron will stand, the lady will curtsy as you leave. It is a shame you didn't even get to see my son. He does tend to be a late riser these days. But as you said, we will be here tomorrow. We will have another opportunity. And he'll walk you out the hall.
I look forward to it.
And as he goes to open the front door for you, he'll just sort of lean in, Alessander, and say, I do hope that you and the rest of your friends are a little more well-mannered the next time we meet. And he'll open the door.
Hopefully next time it will be under less stressful circumstances. Thank you for your hospitality, and goodbye. And turn and flounce off.
Well, I still can't put you on the map. But you're out in the town square. What would you like to do?
It looks like a town square. Get back to the inn so I can sort out some childcare, because I am suddenly a responsible parent.
I forgot you had to do that. Yeah, we can do that. Sort of, kind of. Where's the inn? There it is.
I mean, the other children we've encountered have been easier to look after.
Yeah, like I'm slightly annoyed that I've carried this child all that way, and now I've just kind of got to abandon her. Oh.
You'll walk back in, and if you walk up to Danica, she'll say, I'm so sorry that man is... And she'll sort of look around and then lean over the bar. He is an awful man. He was...
Well, I do apologise. I don't think I've made the best of impressions, and he's probably not going to be in the best of moods, but I'm sure you understand we really must get going.
Oh, I do understand. And believe me, whatever good mood he is presenting, he is never in the best of moods himself. How can I help you?
The child that we brought with us last night, we're hoping that we ourselves, myself, Irene, and another member of my group, are going to be able to leave the town today, try and reacquire some of our missing compatriots. But the young girl, she's not going to be able to come with us. And I know you mentioned about an orphanage, but I can't, in goodwill, leave her at an orphanage without being able to fully inspect it. I've heard such horrible stories about them before, and in places other than this. So I was wondering if she would be able to stay here today. If she stays out of the way and is quiet and is behaved, would it be possible until I and my friends return for her to just stay here? Please.
She's quite a stern-looking woman, but you'll see her face soften as you plead with her, and she'll say, "Why, of course. I've got my own 2 children, Brom and Bray. They will look after her. And, I hate to say this, but if you do not return, then I'm afraid it would not be a permanent situation. But, of course, for a couple of days we have the space. She has playmates to run around with. It is no problem."
Thank you so much. It is
And,
a weight off my shoulders to know that she will have someone looking over her.
I wish you both good luck in what you're about to encounter. Dagmara left this morning, I believe, to check whether anyone arrived in the night, but she should be back any moment. You'll probably meet her if you're heading towards the gates.
All right, we must collect our colleague from upstairs and inform Myrtle of the decisions for today. And then, yes, we will be on our way. But thank you so much for your kindness.
Of course, it is, and she'll look around again, a difficult place to live. All we have are little acts of kindness. Good luck, and she'll wave you off. And you can head upstairs and grab Mick, and Irina, unless you would like to, will sort of kneel down and explain to Myrtle that she's going, but they'll be back soon, and she's going to stay with the nice lady downstairs. And if you escort her downstairs, you'll see her 2 little boys, Brom and Bray, hanging out at a table, and she'll sort of, without you having to say goodbye, sort of put her arm round Myrtle and bring her over to the boys and introduce them and start them playing this little game of marbles without even noticing that she's left your side, and you can just slip away.
Okay. Oh, shit. Would we be able to get through the gates out of the town without much hassle?
Oh yeah, no one has a problem with you leaving. And on the way, you would, as they said, meet Dagmara as she's sort of rushing back to you from that direction. Just say, "I hoped my brother would arrive in the night, but unfortunately not. Are we ready to go?"
As ready as we can be. Unfortunately, I don't have any money to be able to better equip myself. Do you know of anyone or anything that might help us in our mission for the day?
I think it is just my brother and I. I'm sorry.
No, that is more than we could ever ask, but thank you for this. And we'll head off.
Lovely. And then there, I'm going to cut to Milton and who else survived? Milton in absence.
Forbidden.
Ouch.
That
don't know
raven
how
would have directed you. You could see sort of as I assume you've slowed to a sort of manageable jog at this point. Through the tree line, you'll see glimpses of this walled city ahead after an hour or so, and you can assume that to be Vallaki.
Let's not get complacent. Let's keep the pace up.
I agreed. You make a habit of following ravens. Not
I
a
usually
criticism, it seems to have directed us pretty well this time.
I find with ravens, the more you ignore them, the more persistent they get. So it's an easier life just to listen to what they're trying to tell you. And in this
I know a
case,
number of
once
people
more,
like that.
well, everyone speaks so ill of ravens here, but I like to believe that they're benevolent. There's only one way to find out. We go into this town and hope our welcome is a little better than at the windmill.
Yes. Well, after you.
When you are finally within eyesight of the town, that raven will have veered off far west. Do you continue to follow it, or do you just keep going into the town?
It sort of led us to the town, and then once we get close, it's kind of suddenly veered off. I'll just shout "thank you" after it as it flies away.
Then we will
And
say,
walk through.
Dagmara also taking the straight. If you're happy to, Hazel, she'd say she could take you straight through the forest back to the windmill. You would probably cross paths.
Alexander would want to take the quickest route possible, so that would make sense.
You were reunited! Yay!
Hey! So, good guess that the red guy with the horns is probably going to be the first thing that is noticeable, because it doesn't really
And
fit
you,
into...
Oh, you haven't seen me before, have you?
With his new eyes.
not with
my
his
new
new eyes.
with my
Oh
new
god,
thing.
no!
Is it wisdom? Wisdom saving throw, isn't
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah,
He's not a wise boy.
Absence will have almost like flames coming out of his eyes, and the first thing he'll say to you is,
Alexander, you're alive, I can't believe it.
Mick too. I'm afraid we've
Alexander's
lost Cedric.
He's just going to start crying. Terrified of demon absence. He's gonna
What's wrong? It's me.
He's gonna look at Milton, and he's gonna run up and he's gonna hug Milton, and then hide behind Milton as mannerly as he can. What
Irina
has
will.
happened to his face?
What do you mean?
Milton,
Irina
what's
will
wrong with
hesitate.
his eyes?
Why are you hiding from me? It's me. He escaped. Cedric didn't. He's dead. Or at least, I hope he's dead. I wouldn't want to be alive in the hands of those things.
What do you
Alexander,
mean?
what's wrong?
Right, my first roll was a 15, but we'll take the 4 because that's what's shown up in Foundry. What happens to me?
I'll have to remember. I've got so
You're frightened of me and want to move away from me, basically.
Okay, yeah, he wants to be close to you because he's concerned about both you and Milton, but he's just gonna start stepping backwards as if he's being cornered.
Yeah, I guess because you've failed as well. Absence's voice would
Sound like this. It's just me, Alexander. Please don't leave. It's fine. It's fine. It's me.
The Master
And,
Alexander.
Milton,
and
Milton,
as
what
you
is wrong
back
with
off,
him?
it'll just
Is
follow
there
you.
further danger? We thought
It's
this place
him!
was safe.
Milton, look at him! An
Look at who?
absence!
It's me.
Look at
It is
him!
me.
Absence is the only other. It's not you. This must be witchcraft. There has to be.
What is wrong with
Can
my
none
face?
of you see this? Can you see this?
Irina will turn to you, Alexander, and say, his eyes are different, but it still seems to be him. What is wrong, Alexander?
As Alexander's like half running backwards, because he's keeping eyes on you. He's too freaking terrified to turn away. He's gonna fall over backwards, knowing him, straight onto his ass.
And Absence
Aye.
will lean right over you and hold his hand out.
Absence, it seems.
Please don't.
Perhaps you should give him some space.
Okay.
Absence? What did you say about Cedric?
I'm afraid he didn't make it.
Irina will
he
just crumble.
He fought like. Well, he was resilient.
No,
He defied them to
no,
the
you
end.
don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying.
He's
He
dead.
could still be alive. You're still alive.
He is not. He's
Did
dead.
you see him die?
I did.
We are still alive because he's not.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
We can't leave his body there.
If we go back for him now, we're as good as. We're just falling for the same fate. We'll be dead too. I tried to save the child. They executed it like cattle.
We'd need an army to go back there with any chance of victory. It's suicide.
Or a mob, at least. Those things are evil. Taking children and serving them in pies. There's nothing I would like more than to go back and kill those things, but we're useless compared to them. We don't stand a chance. I'm really sorry. I tried to get the child out. Cedric was. They really struggled to put him down. He had a lot of life in him, but that life is extinguished. I'm sorry.
Irina will just take a
Alexander
seat
will
on
kind
the
of-
floor. Her tears rolling down
Alexander
her
will
eyes.
have like scuttled backwards at the same time until he hits a tree. And he's just like pressed up against it.
You can roll another wisdom saving throw.
Since
Thank
we'll
you.
we'll back off.
Help to calm Alexander down somehow. Just try and soothe him, talk to him gently.
Talk an advantage, you can have advantage.
Oh, can you?
Same 11 on both rolls.
11.
Alexander's been through some shit. He does not trust anyone anymore.
It's his nature to be terrified. He just needed the excuse for the breakdown. This is cathartic for him.
Need to help.
Dagmara will approach you, Milton, because this weird shit's going on with Absence. Did you see my brother at any point? He looks like me, but a boy. He was watching the windmill.
Out of character, is he dead, DM? Is the boy that was killed last? Right?
If you describe the boy, that's the last person that you saw die, yeah. She's like in her 20s.
So I'll describe him, and I saw him there, but I'm afraid he met the same fate as our friend. We tried. We did everything we could.
No, that is not my brother. What the person you are describing is not my brother. That is okay. My brother is around my age, not a child.
Oh, I don't think we saw anyone like that. Absence.
I don't recall seeing anyone. No other adults. Just children.
He tries to keep out of sight. Okay, that is a good sign. And if you have been running, he might be behind you.
Yeah, I'm a quick runner. Milton, not so much.
He will sort of walk off a bit deeper into the woods, but still within eyesight, and start just sort of whistling this tune. And then you don't hear anything, and she'll whistle it again. And she'll be really quite far away from you at this point. She just keeps wandering deeper into the forest until you hear back the same tune, but very distant and not from her.
Alexander, who is that?
You muted.
She saved us the other night. She found us at the edge of the woods and took us to Vatlaki. She's nice. She's kind. Her and her brother have been keeping an eye on the windmill, but for quite some time. Manatee's kind of curled up on the floor, knees up against his chest, holding on to them.
And there was nothing they could have done to help us with Cedric. I'm disappointed.
I don't think there is much that they are themselves capable of. From the sounds of it, they would have only got themselves killed. Now we would have more innocent people on our conscience.
And so why do they watch? What's the point?
Believe it or not, to try and scare people away. Stop idiots like us going to the windmill. What is wrong with absence?
We were captured after you left, and it was touch and go quite a bit there. And absence tells it differently, but in my mind, I saw him die, and then he wasn't dead, and since then he seems different. It's still him. I reacted
But he
similarly to
holds the
you.
devil in his eyes. This isn't normal, but nothing about this entire place is normal. Can I try making another wisdom saving throw?
I was muted. Yes, you can.
There you go.
It's difficult out of combat. It's like every 6 seconds, so.
How come the first one I rolled that didn't show up in Foundry was like a 15, then everything since has been absolutely terrible? That's 5. I feel that I'm getting more terrified with each roll. And Cedric? Yes. There's no saving him?
I don't think so. There was an exchange to be made. There was no way all of us were going to get out of there. Someone had to sacrifice themselves. Cedric made that
But
choice before any of us had a chance to react. He occupied
what about his
took
body?
their attention.
If he had to die, but what about his body? What if they use it?
I don't want to think about that, Alessandro. I find it as distasteful as you. No pun intended.
I don't know what they're capable of, but if they generally are spending their time feeding pies made out of children to the unknowing, then what if they do the same to him?
I know, but what can we do? It's a force beyond our capability. It's as your friend says, imagine a natural hazard like a cliff face or a big hole in the ground. There's nothing anyone can do about it, but you can warn people and guide people away from it. It's just too big for us right now to deal with.
We will burn them to the ground one day.
Well, Cedric
But
made
you
a
are
start
right.
on their house. God bless him.
Yes, he did.
And as we're talking, Milton's just kind of turning over idly in his hand a little pin. You might be able to make it out as the symbol of a monitor.
Irina will pipe up at some point in this conversation. What if we keep our distance? Maybe there is a chance they have left his body there. I would want to see him buried if I could.
I don't feel right leaving him in their hands for them to do whatever they wish with him.
There's a chance. I'd like to check and try, but we all know now what we're dealing with, so mustn't take chances.
We do not have to hopefully interact with them at all. We just try and recover Cedric's body, and we give him the burial that he deserves, and we have seen how important that is to him. He deserves his rights.
He does, but if we get this wrong, then we'll all be dead without a burial.
Alexander flinches at absence suddenly piping up.
You can make another wisdom save.
Cedric was a man of faith.
That was a 7.
Alessander, please. Let's not all rush to our doom. Milton, you know about things of faith. Will Cedric find the afterlife without a burial? Stop looking at me like that, Alessander. It's me. I haven't changed.
The devil in your eyes.
There's a devil in my blood. It doesn't mean I'm a devil in my heart.
That is not what your eyes say.
Has anyone got a mirror?
Milton suddenly realizing what he's capable of will channel divinity, Twilight Sanctuary, and cancel the frightened effect on Alessandria.
Thank you.
So you'll
Thank
see
you.
as he does it, there's almost like a sphere that slowly grows and emanates from him of dim, almost moonlight. And as it reaches you, Alessandria, you begin to calm. Your heartbeat slows back down to a more normal rate, and your muscles relax a little. And as soon as it does touch you and the effect occurs, then it begins to shrink back down again into Milton, and then it's gone.
Alessandra's absence still has glowing red eyes, but you can hear his actual voice. It's just that you seem to have gotten over that initial shock of the fear he struck into your heart when you first saw him.
Someone give me a mirror.
It appears to have at least calmed slightly.
What have those
Milton,
hags done to me? Give me a mirror,
Milton,
please.
do the eyes ever stop glowing?
Nope.
When he closes his eyes.
Okay.
Absence will be sort of like trying to feel if there's anything on his face or.
I think of it like a new haircut. It looks different, but it's still the same absence. You'll get used to it, I'm sure. Milton sounds like he's probably more trying to convince himself than you, Alessandria.
After a
Well,
while of... Sorry, go on.
No, you go for it.
Just after a while of all of this going, chatting and stuff, you'll see in the distance a man come out of the forest. Well, you're in the forest, but approaching closer, who looks very similar to Dagmara. He has the same sort of black curly hair, just cut shorter, medium build, quite young looking, and he is quite a show. He's like puffing and really like bent over as he sees you all ahead. He kind of finally stops and comes to the ground, and Dagmara embraces him, and eventually they both walk back over. You guys can really run.
What's the motivation?
I understand. Sorry, my name is Theodore. My sister and I, we've been watching the windmill, and I'm so sorry I couldn't get your attention before you approached them, but I'm glad to see you made it out.
If we'd have known you were there, we wouldn't have left you. I'm sorry.
No, do not apologize. I am sorry I could not enter the fray myself, but I'm not very good with a weapon. I try to stick to the shadows and catch anyone I can from the road. I'm sorry about your friend.
Yeah, it seems a good strategy here. Stick to the shadows. This land doesn't welcome heroes, that's for sure. not the way to survive here, is it?
All you can do is survive here.
We tried to
Well-
do the right thing, and that killed Cedric.
No, I saw what happened. You did not kill Cedric. Cedric, you all fought as well as you could. Those hags are just awful, terrible creatures, and I wish sincerely to end them one day.
It's an ambition of mine that when we're ready, we go back. We utterly destroy them and send them back to whatever hell they came from.
Then we must grow
They need to-
stronger, make more friends.
We need to ensure they can't take any more children. We need to spread word about what they're doing so that it beats those. I'll bring myself to say it.
Absence. I'm sorry to inform you, but I'm not sure how much that would help. It would appear that people have. When I asked the child what had happened to her, it appears that her parents sold her. They willingly sold her, whether they knew what was going to happen or not. The people here are in such great need that they will sell their own children, and it may not scare people off from the windmill. It may make them think that there might be something in it for them.
Oh, let's destroy this windmill then.
The only option.
If
We
they've got
burned
no
the
home,
windmill.
I know. Yeah, is it still standing though? The stone parts.
By the morning it was a ruin.
Can we not just
They're still hanging around there.
gather the whole town?
Ah,
Pitchforks,
we may have
torches.
inadvertently made this worse. The windmill was the one location they were anchored to, and these people knew where to avoid. Now they will relocate, and we don't know where they're going to go.
If the windmill is a ruin, then where were you kept?
Hole in the ground. A tomb of some kind.
It was close to the mill, though.
There were some kind of runes, but I couldn't read them. There was
Did it
art, there was
mean something
drawings
to
as
them?
well.
Statues.
Drawings of a hag. Or was it statues? It's all a bit fuzzy. Kind of a piece of time missing when we were in there. I remember being outside and then I was awake inside.
There was a stone altar with engravings upon it and a rotting tapestry.
Engraving showed some kind of hag.
It
was a
could be
young
that
woman.
Was it?
The old people were on the tapestry. Yeah.
Okay.
As you can see, we were kind of focused on other topics
Yeah.
at the time. We
Living.
couldn't really make much sense of it, and we were really just trying to escape and survive.
I understand, and I'm so sorry I left you there.
Don't be. You might be dead too if you hadn't. To be honest, I
It's
thought Milton and I
still
were as good as dead. I don't know how we got away. They're strong, they're powerful, but perhaps they're not that bright. And Cedric.
Maybe that was some of his god's doing. I'm sure he'd like to think that. So
Well, I hope he's
I'm
found his
willing to
god.
think that.
But as much as it pains me, I don't think we should. I don't think we can retrieve his body at this time. But what we can do is make our survival count. That's the biggest honor we can pay to Cedric. I'm not really a man of strong faith, but we barely got out. I'm sorry to say, we barely got out. If they're still there, we have no chance. If they're still making their pies, then maybe they've taken Cedric with them anyway.
Hope they choke on his bash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he'll have his revenge in the end.
I'm not one for prayer, but I'll maybe pray for that.
I think he would have a chuckle at that.
Are
Well,
we making our way back to Vallaki then, or?
it looks like my dear friends here could do with a rest. Though I do warn you both, I've probably not made things the easiest for us in town. I'm starting to understand why my father didn't think that I would be as much use to him and the family, but I tried my best. It wasn't good enough, but
You're not
we got in
making
and we
any,
got out.
You're not making any sense.
There's a baron. He is. I feel nothing but contempt for him. He has decided that the town of Vallaki must maintain high spirits and carry out celebrations, even at a ridiculous cost to his people. And it's
Celebration of
just
what?
I don't understand myself. That maybe that's why I'm not making much sense. He seems to be the human embodiment of an old adage I once heard from one of my old tutors. What was it? Something about faking it until you are something. What was it? Oh, fake it until you make it. That was it. Sorry.
So with this some kind of enforced happiness are we talking about?
It appears to be, and I have concerns about his family. This morning, Irina and I were trying to find somewhere for the child to stay for the day safely, as we didn't want to bring her with us. And we ended up having to go to his mansion for breakfast, and it was the strangest of situations. And he talked about his son in a way that unnerves me. And his wife, it doesn't seem right, and I don't trust it, and I can't explain it any better than that.
I don't
But
mean to be rude, Alexandria, but lots of things unnerve you. Quite a few things that
this is
shouldn't. I mean that in the kindest way.
now I understand.
You
I
sure
know
you're
there's
just not
anything.
shaken from the events?
I'm sure I'm shaken from everything that has happened.
As are we.
But Irina, Do you not feel the same way?
My memory of the Baron is, well, from what I heard from my father, he had a few people come through the town that did not want to live in Balaki anymore, but he never really explained why. Maybe we have sampled some of it, but he was also right in that it seems much safer. The walls and the guards, by comparison to Barovia, are a palace. I do not know what to make of the man yet, but I would like to be optimistic. He is trying in his way.
Well, Alexander, how can you feel like you've failed? Because everything you've just told us is everything we need to know before we enter this town proper. We know how to tackle this Burgermeister. We know what he wants, how he wants us to behave. And while we don't feel it inside, we know what we need to present. As our new friends quite rightly point out, we need more allies, and the information you've brought to us here will put us on the right track. You haven't failed at all.
If I hadn't failed, Cedric would still be alive and I would have gotten to you all sooner. I ran. I'm not sure I should have.
We all ran. Anybody that's survived that encounter, they survived because they ran.
I tried the option of not running and it nearly killed me. Well, according to Milton, it did kill me. Maybe we're already dead, all of us. This is some kind of hell. Feeling more and more
Certainly
like
feels
it.
that way. Let's
Oh,
return to town. Get you two some rest and some food.
and wine would be
And
good. A lot of
I'm
wine.
sure we can do that. And then
Once
maybe I'll
again,
be
I've
able to make
lost.
amends with the Baron.
I'm sure it's not as bad as you think. Although the Baron
You
doesn't
did
sound
tell me to
like.
be more polite. I haven't been told to be more polite since I was 8. The kind of thing you get smacked by a tutor for, not having a discussion as a grown man. My mother would be so ashamed. But come on. Let's look after you two first.
I'm
I
actually
could use a
good.
drink.
Yeah, I could use 5. Let's go.
Oh, and as you make your way back through the forest, led by Dagmar and Theodore, I'm going to see if we can finish by cutting to Jamie. Can you move your token?
No.
No. Even the. How do I do this?
Go into the characters, the little 3 little people icon, into the character folder, right click on Darzin.
Configure permissions. Owner.
Make sure he's set as the owner.
He is.
And then drag that onto the screen.
Okay, I'll delete him and bring him back on then.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, wait, stop moving.
Okay.
Absence. Do I need to drag all of you on to be able to see that? Don't I?
No, we can see.
I
We
can't.
can see the gates. Well, I can, but yeah.
Oh no, the screen that Jamie's on.
Oh, yeah, you need to drag us on. I can't see that.
Here we all come. And Standard doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to. He doesn't like it
He wants
anymore.
to go home.
What does Darzin look like, Jamie?
So Darzin is a rather tall elf that stands just over 6 foot. He's got long, kind of like flowing, dark brown black hair, a kind of like knitted little braid beard that kind of like hangs down off his chin a little bit. Looking surprisingly clean. Yeah, I was cheeky and just pulled fan art of Gilmore because it matched. But for his normal attire, he seems to favour the colour purple, and most of his attire is like kind of old but somewhat still fancy looking clothes that you might find around either Vistani or some of the nobles that might knock around in Barovia, kind of implying that he's had to get a couple of changes of clothes since he's been here, to kind of like fit in a little bit more. And at the same time, he's also covered in assorted instruments.
So you arrive in this carriage, which is upholstered in this luxurious red velvet. The horses trotting along without any driver, the ever-lingering mists curling around you. And eventually, you come to see a castle in the distance, a looming facade of Gothic architecture, huge walls surrounding a main fortification, several towers, a pointed spire standing tall above them all. It is grandiose and ominous to take in. The carriage starts to slow as you cross the drawbridge and comes to a halt in the courtyard. The doors swing open. Before you, torch flames flutter on each side of these keep's main doors, and with a loud creak, they begin to open. As you approach, you hear a distant melody played on an organ. What would you like to do?
Well, Darton's not one for cautiousness, despite how long he's been here. So he's just going to walk in straight through the door. And as he reaches this other one, I don't know if this one's intended to be closed.
This one will also swing open as you approach it.
And as he steps through, he'll just kind of loudly go, "Knock, knock. Hello."
A grey elf, clad in black, with long flowing black hair, donned in a smartly pressed, sort of noble-looking coat, will descend the stairs to your left and say, "Welcome, Master Dazin. He's expecting you." And without sort of beckoning you or just expecting you to follow, he will lead you in this direction. And yes, everyone else can follow if you would like to speak. So you continue down that hallway. This organ music swelling ever louder as you approach. And the Dark Elf will open the doors. And inside, you will see a massive dining hall. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers illuminating the chamber, pillars of stone supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long wooden table covered with fine white satin cloth. And the table is covered in sumptuous smelling foods. sauces, vegetables, fruits, meats, and places set with delicate china. And at each place is a crystal goblet filled with red liquid and a delicate fragrance emitting from it. And at the far end of the hall, you see the organ that has been playing, and a man sat at it. The figure suddenly stops playing, and a deep silence falls over the hall. He turns to you. He is a tall man, pale-skinned, looks to be in his late 30s. Black hair, slicked back from his face, giving him a widow's peak. High cheekbones. Looks quite muscular, although his noble garb, it's quite hard to tell, and holds himself with nobility. And he fixes his black eyes upon you. Good morning. My name is Count Strahd von Zarovich. And let's leave it there. Jesus, Foundry, why'd you hate me?
Oh.
That was difficult.
Yeah. You did well though. You did well. You always cope with it better than I would. It all
Nice
goes
job.
wrong. It was good. It was good. It was a very that was quite an intense evening. Aftermath
Yeah.
of Cedric's death.
It's not getting any better for him, is it?
Yeah.
No, now
Can't
he's got a personal dinner date with Strahd.
Can't get any
Yeah.
worse though, can it? Can't
Could
get any
die
worse than being
again.
dead. Well,
Yeah, he could be
We all
eaten by
could.
Strahd.
Welcome. I
could.
was expecting you for dinner. Nom.
It could almost literally be like that Hannibal episode where
Yeah.
he's carving up Eddie Izzard, who is sat at the table with him for dinner.
Stop
Did
being red
mention
now on my
Darzan was
webcam.
missing a limb, right?
Oh, character deaths, mate, are always.
Painful.
It was my first one ever as well. In D&D.
You seem to enjoy it more than I've ever enjoyed it.
I was really hyped up for it. I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's good fun to listen to everyone talking about it afterwards as well, isn't it? You think? Yeah, it's quite interesting.
I really enjoyed I really enjoyed sitting here being like, yes, let's hear everyone's true opinions of Cedric. And everyone was like, oh, he was a good guy. I was like, I did good.
Like attending your own funeral, isn't it?
Yeah.
That and we can't say anything ill of the dead, so I've got to big him up. No, not really. He was a pretty heroic fella.
Oh, well,
Santa's a little bit heartbroken.
Yeah.
I was sat here the whole time, like every time Alessandra was talking about something, and she was like, he's gonna try and channel a bit of Cedric, and I was like, he doesn't know yet. Cedric's dead. And all. It's like,
It's trying not to metagame it as well. So like now he's got to get there. He's got to try and save his 3 friends.
Yeah.
Excellent, not metagaming. Guys.
Well, that's why we all nearly died, because we weren't metagaming, because I knew what those things were, but Absence didn't. So
Even I, who knows nothing about D&D other than like one hag that I have witnessed in crit roll, was like, old ladies kidnap children.
This isn't going to end well.
no,
Man,
fairy
it's,
tale shit never does.
that's such a cruel module. Does anyone who plays it raw just make it through? How?
I imagine there's
I don't
like
know.
a very big graveyard full of characters who did not make it through that. campaign.
It's got to be like the most ridiculously lucky rolls on like some of the bigger spells kind of thing, hasn't it? It's just got to be some kind of like entangle and then something massive at them at the same time.
It's almost like you're not supposed to try and take them on, are you? Let's face it.
It's like it's purposefully put there to punish people for investigating everything.
Yeah, exactly. As I said to you before, my other Out of the Abyss game, they faced 3 hags at level 5, and the hags were separated. And they're a smaller group. There's only there's 4 of them, and they did take 2 of them out, but it was only because they were separate, and they were level 5. So we're all what, level 3?
Oh, at this point, I should say welcome to level 4.
Hey!
Oh,
Yeah.
the level Cedric
Not
never
you
got
though.
to
Not
see.
you though, Jim. You died. You start at level 1, mate.
It just means like they get to level Garzin for
Okay.
just meeting Strahd.
No, a bard needs to start at higher than level 1, or they may as well walk outside and fall on their own sword.
I like the concept of it. Thinking about it is to go from level 3 to level 4. All Strahd's had to do is accept a ride from a stranger.
Well, he's been wandering around before that, so we'll say he had his practice back
Yeah, that's not promoting the right activities, kids.
then.
No. Excellent, level 4. Yeah, it does feel like I've been playing a few of the D&D campaigns, the bigger ones. I mean, Curse of Strahd's obviously old and very well known, but it does feel like in 5e they do like it to be quite deadly at level 1 and 2, and it's almost, I mean, it was like that in the old game, I suppose. If you get past those initial hardships, then you can become quite powerful, but that's the challenge, actually getting there.
I mean, you appreciate the power more when you get it, then, don't you?
Yeah. Curious what I get at level 4. Oh, it's ability score increase, isn't it?
Ooh.
Ding dong.
So,
And thanks, Jim. But now I'm now the only cleric.
It's all right.
be honest,
We never needed 2.
I can do a bit of healing, but it's not very good. And I have to
we
hit
needed
them.
2. We needed more than 2.
We need a
Done.
party of clerics.
Darcin's got some healing magic. It's not a complete loss.
I mean, every time.
Is it...
Go on, sorry. I was just gonna say every time we had a fight, I used all my key points all in one go, usually just to get away and survive. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm much used as a healer really, unless it's desperate.
I want Alexander to be better at fighting, but it also goes so against his character to try and be too much of a tough guy. He like runs in, stabs people, and then runs away, and that's his thing. But am I better off going for the ability score increase, or should I go for a feat? I have no idea how to build characters.
I've got a feat, and I haven't been able to use it yet.
I'm going for an ability score. I know in Icewind Dale, I went for the feat, which kind of I did because it gave me more options and it's made it a bit more fun. But if you're worried about damaging and hitting and things like that, then a lot of people would argue that the score is the better thing to go for. But the score is always the most fun. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm going for score increases. I'm going to put 1 on strength, which sounds like a waste, but it'll mean that I'm not on -1 anymore with strength rolls, and I'll put my dex up to 18. So seems like a good use for it.
I think those 2 would be the 2 I would go for as well. But I'm looking at the slasher feat. So it's an increase of strength or dex by 1. And then once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals slashing damage. But a dagger's piercing, isn't it? It's not slashing.
There's a feat called Piercer as well. There's one for each type.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
Piercer,
Let me see if I can
Slasher,
find that.
and I can't remember what the other one's called. Crusher, I think it is.
Okay. Okay, so once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can re-roll one of the attack damage dice. You must use the new roll. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll one additional damage dice when determining extra piercing damage the target gets. I don't know. I've got 2 weeks to figure this out, haven't I? So
Are we still on the internet, Matt?
We are.
Yeah,
We are
I'll stop it
still
now.
on the internet.
Okay.
If anyone would like to vote on the feat that Alexander takes,
Yeah.
Yeah, please tell us.
Thanks for watching
Yeah.
this clusterfuck.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
good.
It was a delightful
Thank-
clusterfuck.
Yeah,
The
thank you
best
for the
ones.
game. Yeah.